Hello, guys. Welcome to Hatchfoot Economics. Hatchfoot, and it's your girl Connie. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get further notifications. I'm here doing what I love. And do you really care about Black women? And that's the name of this video. I don't know if I'm going to change it, but do you care? Do you really care about Black women? If you do, I have great news for you. There are so much wonderful things happening right now. You got my gorgeous sisters on this page. This is something that I am trying to raise money for, and it's called the Black Women's Health Imperative. So it's really good. I'm just going to read what it says from the page so you can see for yourself who we are. So it says since 1983, um, we have been the only national organization dedicated solely to improving the health and wellness of our nation's 21 million Black women and girls, physically, emotionally, and financially. Their vision is Black women enjoy optimal health and well being in a socially just society. And their mission is to lead that effort to solve the most pressing health issues that affect Black women and girls in US today. Through investments in evidence-based strategies, we deliver bold new programs and advocate health promoting policies. All right, so their goal is to increase the number of healthy Black women in America to 9.5 million to 12.5 million by 2020. Okay, 2020. And it's really important. You have a beautiful women, all Black cast. So you got Black women working together. So you have the team is all here. You got her, she's a senior operations, Carol. Then you have Angela Ford, she's a health program manager. Then you have Linda Kohler, and she's a president and CEO. You have a group of gorgeous, wonderful Black women that are fighting to give us health, give us everything that we deserve as Americans. So I've donated. I'm running a donation on my page. If you want, I'm going to put this in a link and you can donate to the Black Women's Health Imperative. This is something that's making a change, and it's amazing. So this is some of the things they do. I just clicked on what we do. I'm super excited. And what they do is programs and initiatives. They got something called My Sister's Keeper, CLL2. Let's talk about pre-ep, policy and advocacy, research and translations. So, you can definitely take a look when you go on their page and see what they do. And it actually asks you here, if you want to get involved, how you can get involved and take action. So instead of just using the pain of Black women as talking points and comfort places to run to when we're faced with challenging issues. Take that energy, take that time, take that money, whatever you can give, even just posting it on your page. It's the only Black national for women health initiative that's committed to helping all 21 million Black women in America. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. This is about all of us. So for everyone who loves Black women, whether you're white, Black, Spanish, Indian, I don't care. Anyone who cares about your fellow Americans who just happen to be Black women, because we are Americans who just happen to be Black women, definitely come out here and support. They're doing a great job. Take action, make a difference. Supporting women's health, supporting, your health matters, especially physical health. Black women are dying in childbirth. So registering to vote here, staying in the know, and you can donate. You can definitely donate to this. Right here is a donation button. So if you want to donate to here, like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description box, and you definitely can see how to donate. And you could donate $10. You can become an advocate. You can do so many things. They have corporate sponsorship, donor advised fund, gifts in kind, planned gifts, and you can become a monthly donor, which I am, and you can pick a donation type. They have one time, monthly, quarterly, annual, and you can definitely do that. I think it's really important. So thank you for listening to this. My cat is singing back there. He donates too with meows, but they haven't found a way to cash meows yet. So we're going to go to the next one. So again, we all talk about, what happens to Black women, what's the challenges. And I truly believe once you become aware, once you take acknowledgement, you have a right to take accountability. You have a burden to take accountability. And there's so many things you can do. There's something for everyone. So number one is here, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. So this was launched in about 1981, and it's a national coalition of 100 Black women was formed to be an advocate for Black women in areas of health, education, and economic empowerment. Programs have been implemented to establish a network between other Black women, address the care and needs of Black women, and use mentoring to shape young Black women. More than 60 chapters in 28 states of the nonprofit organization exist today. So this is a national coalition of 100 Black women. If this sounds good to you, get involved and look to see where it is. It's about 28 states. See if there's one near you. The next one we're going to talk about is the National Association of Colored Women's Club. So this is the oldest women's organization in U.S. history. Okay, the oldest period in U.S. history. The National Association of Colored Women's Club is known for their historical legacy of supporting the cause of suffrage, prohibition, and civil rights. Today, with 245 charter clubs in 5 regions, the organization continues their work with programs geared towards advancing the moral, economic, and religious welfare of all Black women and their families. So if you want to join that one, again, click on the link, take a look at that. The other one is something that I am a part of. I think this is important for every Black woman because this is where you're going to get legislative change. This is where you're going to get laws. So, National Congress of Black Women Incorporated, another well-known nonprofit institution for Black women. The National Congress of Black Women's mission is to contribute to the educational, political, and cultural development of Black women and youth. The organization accomplishes this by training women for leadership positions in government, nonprofit, and private sectors. This is huge because if you want to see Democrat or Republican doing anything for us, we have to get in there. We have to get into the system. We have to get into the politics of it and start, lobbying for us. You got to do it. So the next one is the National Council of Negro Women, founded by Mark McLeod Bethune in 1935, the National Council of Negro Women continues the work of appealing to the concerns of Black women that she began years ago. Notable programs included a small business incubator program in Senegal, a national obesity abatement initiative, and partnership with women's organizations in Benin. Today, the nonprofit organization has a reach of nearly 4 million Black women. That's amazing. With more than 39 affiliated Black women's organization affiliations. Amazing. I love it. The next one is the Black Women's Health Imperative. So, touted as this is the one that I just talked about. This is the one I'm promoting. I love them. Touted as the only national nonprofit geared specifically towards improving the health and wellness of Black women and girls, the Black Women's Health Imperative is making a difference today, day by day, with priorities on addressing healthcare access, public health, and prevention efforts around HIV and AIDS, cervical cancer, diabetes, heart disease, breast cancer, and obesity, and a focus on reproductive health and justice. Their overarching goal is to increase the number of healthy Black women in the United States to 9.5 million to 12.5 million by 2020. So the next one is Black Career Women's Network. You're only as great as your network. A nonprofit organization, Black Career Women's Network, is doing the work to ensure women get ahead in their careers. So if you're a Black woman and you're having problems getting ahead in your career, you're having problems networking, even a good idea would be to apply to some of these places. The organization links women with career coaches and mentors and also sets up opportunities for Black women to mutually network and foster career development. So this is a great career opportunity for Black women. You all know that I do my career coaching, life coaching. So I know that's a really big help to Black women because I know that so many other minorities and other non-minorities get that coaching and we don't get it, and it's really imperative. So definitely look up the Black Career Women's Network. Number 7 is Black Women's Playwright Group. Based and founded in Washington, D.C., the Black Women's Playwright Group is dedicated to supporting and promoting the work Black women playwrights. For members, they provide monthly writing workshops as well as year-round networking opportunities with directors, producers, designers, and actors. Additionally, the organization values advocating for critical issues within the theater world. This is great for Black actresses, Black people in theater. Really great. Look that up if you're interested. Sister Love Inc., founded and headquartered in Atlanta, and Sister Love Inc. is doing powerful work with Black women in Atlanta and HIV, education and prevention. That's massive. Self help and safer sex techniques. The organization has been around since 1989 and one of the largest of its kinds in Georgia, specifically catering to the needs of Black women. Number nine is the National Black Women's Justice Institute, committed to reduction of racial and gender disparities in justice systems affecting Black women, girls, and their families. The National Black Women's Justice Institute is charged with that work. The organization conducts research, promotes civic engagement, and advocates for informed and more effective policies. Number 10, Black Women's Blueprint, another social justice organization for Black women. Black Women's Blueprint provides the resources for Black women to participate in intersectional advocacy on both a grassroots level and within society as a whole. They focus on a number of issues relating to Black women and girls, including criminal justice, police violence, economic justice, and education, specifically around Black women's stories and legacies. In 2014, they launched an initiative to document Black women's stories of surviving sexual violence in an effort to increase policy focused prevention efforts. Super important, guys. I'm so glad I'm sharing this with you. So definitely took a look at Black Women's Blueprint. Super important. The next one is Black Women's Roundtable, resting on the tenets of health and wellness, economic security, education, and global empowerment. Black Women's Roundtable pursues public policies for the greater benefit of Black women and their families. Most recently, key leaders from this organization led a discussion with the NFL about the lack of inclusion of any woman of color within its recently formed domestic adversary panel. So the NFL made a domestic violence panel and there's no Black women and all the players are Black. I don't get it. So definitely Black Women's Roundtable did a great job with doing that. So Black Women for Wellness, number 12. Black Women for Wellness is a Los Angeles-based grassroots organization whose mission is to center on empowerment, health, and well-being of Black women and girls. They have utilized a reproductive justice framework in an effort to expand access to reproductive and sexual health services to Black women and girls throughout California by focusing on advocacy, research policy, and education. So this is great. So this list is definitely going to be in my description box, and we're just going to take a few more trips. So we're going to go here, and it's another one that's really important. You can go to hiv.gov, and these are organizations specifically that work to reduce HIV among African American women and Latinas. So this is something that's really important, and that's one of the key goals is to reduce HIV and health disparities, including experienced by African American and Latina women who disproportionately at all stages of HIV infection compared to women of other races and colors. So it's just we have it more. I don't know why. Well, there's a big thing about that, so you can look at that. So it's really important. So Sigma Gamma Rho sorority partners in local events, and they raise money for that as well. So take a look at that. We also have Black Women's Health Imperative and elevates the conversation. We mentioned that before, and it's just really important that we raise awareness, volunteer, donate, do what we can, wear the colors. Again, if you like this charity, it's going to be in the description box like everything else. And we're going to go quickly to this. So this is the one that's kind of boggling me. We use YouTube for trash. I'll be honest with you. As Black people, I don't know what's going on, but we definitely need to be a little bit smarter when it comes to how we use YouTube. Because I see conservatives and, super conservatives on YouTube and they support each other. You got Red Pill Black or Red Pill whatever, she changed her name. And then you had Lori, the blonde chick, and you see they get millions of supporters, millions of dollars. And this is why we fail, because when we advocate, we don't support. When we advocate, we don't support. And I'm not saying I want anything, but definitely just raising awareness because this is going to show what do you truly care about? This is going to show What truly are your priorities? It's going to show that, and you're going to see that because people are giving you abysmal view, and there's so much things that so many black women are doing. I just rattled off like 20 charities that have been going on, and you're not going to know about them because TV's not going to give you social awareness. You truly have to put the TV down, put the Instagram down, put the Facebook down, put the YouTube off, and truly do research. There's wonderful organizations with wonderful black women doing wonderful things every single day, making other lives much more wonderful. And this is where you're going to see when the cream rises to the top. What are you truly committed to? What is your true dedication? What is your true passion? There's so many things you can do. It's not like no one cares. Many people care. Many people are working hard as you're listening to me. But again, if you're waiting for mainstream media to showcase this, it's not going to happen. It's up to us to use the channels we have, to use the exposure we have, and we have it. We have YouTube, that's where you're hearing me now. You have Facebook, you got Facebook Live, you got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got Twitter. So I'm going to do my part to raise awareness to these amazing charities with these amazing women who truly care, who are truly making a difference, and truly committed to making the lives of all of our black women truly better. All right, so let's take a look. This is Flint, Michigan. There is so much lead in children's blood that it's a state of emergency. So I'm not trying to geek you guys out, but what you have to understand is that lead affects children's brain development and reduced intelligence quotient. It kills their IQ. It causes behavioral changes such as shortening of attention span and increased antisocial behavior and reduced educational attainment. Lead exposure also causes anemia, hypertension, renal impairment, immune toxicity, and toxicity to the reproductive organs. This is just like a destruction. This is like a secret weapon. The neurological and behavioral effects of lead are believed to be irreversible. So you got children. I just read that to you. You got black children in Flint. Okay? There is so much lead in children's blood that it's a state of emergency. This is madness. And I'm so shocked and so disappointed that no one else is doing anything. That place should be evacuated. It should be quarantined off. That you cannot expose children to lead. And here it says, lead exposure is a race issue. The crisis in Flint, Michigan shows why. All right. So on Tuesday, Michigan Governor Rick Snyder declared a state of emergency over a lead crisis in Flint, Michigan, where 4% of the children have elevated levels of lead in their bloodstream, twice that rate which it was years ago. The root of the crisis is budget problems. Faced with financial constraints, officials made cuts that effectively allowed the city's water to get contaminated with more lead. But an overlooked aspect of the crisis is how it represents a common thread in lead exposure issues. Lead often hits black communities the hardest. Flint is one, Flint for one is nearly 57% black, much higher than the state average of 14%, according to the Census Bureau data. Previous research has found big racial disparities in lead exposure. A 2013 study from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that although blood levels among U.S. children have dramatically dropped since the 1990s, average blood levels among black children 1 to 5 in between 2007 and 10 were still roughly 38% higher than their white peers. I'm just gonna go back here for 1 minute, okay? Just gonna go. Where is it? Where is it? I think I took it down. Lead destroys your brain. That's all lead does. It stops you from thinking. It stops you from growing, developing cognitive skills, reasoning skills, and it's irreversible. So it's just crazy what is happening. All right. So black people here, these are children ages 1 through 5, and the average blood level in black blood is 1.80. In white kids, 1.30. And Mexican Americans have better than black people at 1.30, the same as white people. What is going on? The Flint lead crisis show how disparities happen. It's not that there's a grand conspiracy to contaminate black children with lead. Instead, centuries of discriminatory and oppressive policies have pushed black people into poorer towns and cities that can't afford the lead abatement programs that wealthier places can. I just want to stop right there. That is bullshit. If lead is an illegal substance, it should be federally mandated for all these buildings, all these pipes. It shouldn't be allowed. This is a substance that destroys. So, yes, I do believe it's a conspiracy issue because you're attacking the very intelligence and behavioral patterns of Black children. And unfortunately, a lot of these parents are single Black moms who need our help. Single Black women who can't afford to move, single Black women who can't afford all this expensive medical testing and all the stuff she has to do to get this reversed, which can't be. This has lifetime effects on community. Exposure to lead can produce learning disabilities, lower IQs, and impulsivity. The effects are so bad that some researchers believe that drop in blood levels in the past few decades may partly explain United States' massive drop in crime since the 1990s, as the criminal disease the CDC explained in its study, no safe blood level in children has been identified. It's tragic then that lead disproportionately shows up in Black poor communities that are held down by bad economic circumstances and policies. What are we going to do, people? Are we gonna, are we just gonna sit here and not do anything and talk about bagels and hot dogs or whatever the hell we talk about on YouTube? Meanwhile, in Conservativeville, they're getting their shit done. Where are our priorities? Where are our priorities? Do you have a conscience? Or are you that petty? Where are your priorities as Black people, as Black women? What is going on? These are single Black moms raising children by themselves in a place that was contaminated purposely. And I say purposely because they knew. They knew those pipes were not falsified. They knew. I read the whole story. But like they said, Flint is 57% African American. And the rest of those people who aren't African American are working class, poor white people. They don't care. So what can we do? What can we do? So there's 5 ways you can help Flint, Michigan amid the water crisis. All right, so the residents of Flint, Michigan are facing an unprecedented water crisis as their sinks, bathtubs, and water hoses have been gushing lead contaminated water for more than a year. So what you can do is this. All right, look at the guy, 99,000 residents, 57% are Black, 40% are poor, 9,000 kids with lead poisoning. And this is look at the Flint hospital water. Look in the hospital. Look at that water. It's yellow. It's disgusting. People across the country are outraged, and they ignored calls from the city residents who are disproportionately poor and Black about the discolored water for months, according to New York Times. So even when people were calling, predominantly Black people will say, "Yo, my water is mad, orange." The government repeatedly assured people the water was safe. Researchers confirmed in September that it had contained dangerous levels of lead due to pipe corrosion. Among the most concerned are Flint parents with thousands of children who could potentially experience brain damage. So look at this ad here. Hey Flint, it's safe to wash. Lead in bath water will not soak in your skin fast or at high levels. Unfiltered warm tap water is okay for showers and baths and for your kids. Just don't let your kids drink the water when they play in the tub. Yuck. How could they? This is a real ad they're giving out in Flint. How can water not affect your pores? Of course it goes in your pores and your skin. And how could you tell your baby not to drink the water? That's kind of crazy. All right? So it's crazy. That's an ad. And it says right here, you know something's gone wrong when the state tells people to go ahead and bathe their kids in bath water, but not let them drink it. The online poster was up on the State of Michigan website, but after criticism and media resonance, it was taken down. This is crazy. It's crazy. Children exposed to lead poisoning can experience permanent damage according to the World Health Organization. Lead can seriously affect children's cognitive and physical development, leading to issues from lower IQs and aggressive problems to anemia and kidney dysfunction. In response, groups on the ground are making a real difference as they organize to bring safe, clean water to Flint's residents. All right, so here's how you can help support. So if you want to do something during a state of emergency, you could donate to the people bringing clean water to Flint families. So you have here United Way, Genesee County has set up a dedicated Flint water fund. 100% of the money donated will go to go to buying filters and bottled water for Flint residents, as well as other emergency support services and prevention efforts. So that's really good. Number two is support the researchers, keeping the public informed. They don't want people to know. All right, so it's the Flint Water Study is an independent research team at Virginia Tech. The scientists volunteer their time to study Flint's tap water and inform residents of lead levels and their impacts through an online repository of data and information. The reason why this is important, that's the one I chose to donate to, is because if it wasn't for these people, they would not know. Even when black people were calling to say, yo, my water is yellow and my water looks kind of crazy, it was independent researchers like the Virginia Tech one that came forward and said, this water is chock full of lead. The group collects lead kits from Flint residents and have analyzed hundreds so far, according to the website. Then they call to inform residents for considerably high lead in the water. So the government's not even helping people. The government's not even coming into their homes and checking. There's no water people coming in. It's sad. So if it wasn't for this private, company, the Flint Water Study, people wouldn't even know how contaminated to what degree because they're telling people it's safe. So that's the one I chose to donate to. You don't have to, but to me, that's like the foundation for everything. Like they're the ones telling people your water is messed up. The next one is fund the organization supporting critical public health services. So the Community Foundation of Greater Flint is asking for nationwide donations to the Flint Child Health and Development Fund. Funds will support public health, medical, and community-based services to address the impact of water crisis on families. If there was ever a time to invest in our children, it's now. So Dr. Hannah has helped expose the Flint water crisis, according to Democracy Now!, by heading the September study that revealed elevated lead levels in the blood of children under 5 in Flint. Even as state officials off dismissed her findings, she continued to do action. So it's crazy. So this is my thing. If you got Virginia Tech and you got all these people, Dr. Hannah, and you're dismissing it, yes, it's no longer a conspiracy. You want to poison poor people and black people. So it's not like, oh, they don't know. No, you know. You're dismissing factual scientific data. You're dismissing scientific research. You're not partner up. You're not checking residents. So in my opinion, these poor moms and these children definitely need our help. Okay? So Live Flint, you could bring cash and water directly to those who are helping, right? So if you live in Flint, you can bring cash and water so you can develop. Also, I'm proud to say the Catholic charities, I'm Catholic, of Genesee County are also helping accepting cases of water, filter kits, cash or checks at the Center for Hope, 517 East 5th Avenue, Flint. They distribute the clean waters to family and individuals in need as supplies allow. All right, so the health of our neighborhood is a top priority, and she's a president and CEO of Catholic Charities. So the number is right there. You can call the Center for Hope at 810-232-9950, extension 325. Rather not give money, you can, if you don't want to give money, if you don't want to do anything monetary, because I understand money is tight, do what I do. I do this regardless. Call on Governor Snyder to help residents. All right. So you can call on him to make, to help residents. Do more. Do more. So Michigan residents are signing a petition on change.org. So if you tap this link in the description box, you're going to get it. By the thousands demanding the governor stop making Flint residents pay for contaminated water. Right now, people are paying for this contaminated water. It's amazing. Okay, Flint residents should not have to pay for poisoned water. It's embarrassing. And if you don't pay for the poisonous water, they shut it off. It's disgusting. They're poisoning people of color and wanting them to pay for it. They should be embarrassed. Anyway, that's all that I have here. We can make a change. There's so many things happening. I hope you enjoyed this charity event here on Hessesput. And definitely check the description box if you want to help, ask me questions. This is what really matters. This is what's really important. And we're going to see, in the future, a lot of skirts going to get lifted up. Truly use YouTube for the tool it is. There are people out there using it, getting their stuff done, being supported. It's time we support each other and put all of our differences, all of our madness, whether you're a black man, black woman, white, black, we are all Americans. And this is a crime that's happening to the future of America, regardless of the skin color. So definitely, let's get involved, let's donate and pick a charity that resonates with us. Like I said, if you don't want to donate, you don't want to spend money, you can always call your government officials. I like calling them regardless. I like harassing them. It makes me feel good. So you can definitely call, the governor of Flint, Michigan, and you can just do a petition and more petitions and get this out there. So thank you guys for listening. Please like and subscribe.